Hey, I'm Davis. The topic I chose to discuss today was children in poverty in elementary schools. There are children in every elementary school that experience poverty, whether we are aware of it or not. They face struggles that most of the other students do not face. During this course, I read a passage titled Happy Holidays. In this passage, the author discussed how every holiday that was celebrated in the classroom setting made him feel like he was not as good as the other students. On Valentine's Day, his cards were not as beautiful as everyone else's, and he was embarrassed to give them out. During the Christmas season, his teacher would open her presents from the students in front of the class, and all he could give her was a drawing, and the other students gave her expensive store-bought gifts. The teacher would also allow for show and tell after Christmas, so all the students could bring in their favorite gifts. The author would skip school on this day because he knew his lifesavers would not compete with the toys the other little boys would bring. He discussed how every holiday made him feel ashamed and highlighted the fact that he was poor. I have noticed through my field placement that there are many kids who feel this way in the classroom. They often struggle with lessons because they do not have the resources or attention they need for practice at home. As teachers, we need to be cautious about assisting these students and making them feel just as special as more fortunate students. We should pay attention to the activities that we are sending our students home with. For example, I also read the passage, The Noble Peace Egg. In this passage, the narrator discusses an assignment where all the students were involved in an Easter egg decorating contest. The narrator talks about how it took him the whole evening to complete his egg, and he was so proud of it until he saw his classmates' eggs. He could tell that their parents had helped them with theirs, but he hadn't had that luxury. As teachers, we must keep in mind that some students do not have the same amount of support at home as others do. With this specific activity, he was able to complete it on his own despite being embarrassed of his final product. But some of the activities I remember being sent home with in elementary schools required parent or sibling assistance in order to complete. I'm glad I read these passages and experienced these situations firsthand because now I will remember these things when I am teaching on my own.